guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee and today I want to go over my complete wash and moisturize routine for my hair. So the first thing I want to talk about is brushing. I do brush my starter locks. I know that is not a popular thing. They say not to brush your starter locks, and the only reason I can think of is because you might risk them becoming unraveled. But if you watched my video about what I did to solve my unraveling problem, this is working out great for me. I absolutely have to brush my hair because the lint, especially in the back of my hair, I won't be able to avoid it if I don't brush my hair. So after I'm done brushing my hair, I go ahead and I soak my hair really well under some warm water, and then I go in with the Dr. Bronners. Now, if you're using Dr. Bronners, just remember that it does say to dilute it. When I first started using this about 7 years ago, the first one I used was the peppermint one. Burned the hell out of my eyes. So be careful when getting this soap in your eyes because it's real soap. It's not like the, I call it watered down shampoos and stuff. You know, that stuff will burn your eyes a little bit. This one, I swear, my neighbor probably thought I was getting murdered with how bad I screamed because it had burned that bad. And it was the peppermint one of all ones to get into my eye. But anyway, I didn't dilute it that time, and it felt like it left a weird residue on my hair, and I didn't realize at the time that I was supposed to dilute it. So now that I'm diluting it like I should be, I'm not having that issue whatsoever. But make sure you dilute it and be careful, don't get it in your eyes. But basically what I do is I put like a healthy squirt into a 240 ml bottle. It's just one of those little plastic squeezable bottles. I can't remember what the actual bottle itself is called, but I will put it along the screen. I can't think of it right now. After I go in, I really do a nice shampoo. I focus on my scalp. I let the soap run down my locks. Sometimes I will squeeze it into it. It really just depends on how I'm feeling, but for the most part I do because I want the inside to get cleaned as well. But I go ahead, lather it up, and then I kind of let it sit on my head while I'm washing the rest of my body. After that, I rinse it out really well, and then I do, even though I know a lot of people won't agree with this, I do go in with a conditioner. This conditioner is quite thick, so I do water it down as well. Similar process with the Dr. Bronners. I will fill that little bottle up with water, and then I'll put maybe like 3 or 5 healthy pumps into there. I shake it up really well, make sure that it's really diluted and watered down and there's no chunks floating around in there. And then I will go ahead and spray that all over my hair. And I will leave that in for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'll go ahead and rinse it out. I do spend quite a bit of time in the shower doing my wash days, especially on the days when I'm using the conditioner, because I want to make sure that I'm getting all of it out of my hair. If not, you will get product buildup. So if you're conditioning your locks, I don't think there's anything bad with it. I just think that people don't take the time to properly wash it out of their hair, which is why they end up dealing with excessive buildup. Am I concerned about getting buildup in the future? A little bit, yeah. But like I said, I just have to take my time and make sure that I wash it out really well. Also, diluting it helps. I did use conditioner towards the end of my first Loc Journey, and I've noticed a huge change in how moisturized my hair was staying. When I didn't use it, my hair was very dry, very brittle, and that makes sense because I use a very stripping shampoo. Dr. Bronners is a stripping shampoo. I didn't use any other shampoos, and I still don't. That's the one I stick with, and I just make sure I add moisture back with the conditioner. And I feel like my hair is soft, it's fluffy, it just feels a lot healthier when I do this. And so I am going to stick with it during this time around, this Loc Journey. And you know, the biggest thing is just making sure that I wash my hair out completely, like really taking my time. And after I rinse out all of the conditioner, I will wrap my hair up in a towel, hopefully one that's not shedding too much. And then once my hair is, I would say 85 to 90% dry, that's when I'll go in and do a hot oil treatment. I do hot oil treatments after I shampoo, after I'm conditioning, because if I don't, my scalp will be so dry. I'll deal with flakage, and I don't want to deal with that. And I found that my scalp and my hair benefits better if I do the hot oil treatment after I'm done with all the shampooing stuff. I am changing up the ingredients that I'm using during the hot oil treatment of July. This time I'm still having the black castor oil and the horsetail herb. Those two are definitely a staple in all of my hot oil treatments, but this time around I'm switching out the olive oil, and I'm going to be using jojoba oil and vitamin E oil. And it's just because I think those will benefit my scalp a little bit better. My scalp has been a little bit dry, and it's not completely, but I have like little tiny patches of dandruff, so I'm trying the jojoba and vitamin E oil to see if those will help out with it. After I oil my scalp, I'll go ahead and spray my hair with the rose water. Now, the rose water that I chose to use, it's the one with the glycerin in it. If you guys don't know about the benefits of glycerin, definitely look it up. I've tried the rose water that does not have the glycerin in it, and it does a good job with keeping my hair moisturized for maybe about an hour. But the problem is I live in a very, very dry climate, and so I feel like it evaporates just like regular water. But I'm telling y'all, when I use this one was like a godsend. The only reason I picked this up was because they were out of the other one. So I was like, oh, let me just try it out and see how it works. At first, I didn't like it because I felt like it was a sticky residue, and that is the glycerin. But once I let it set on my hair, maybe an hour later or so, even days later, guys, my hair still feels super soft, super moisturized, and it doesn't have a sticky residue like I thought it was going to. I was really concerned about that, but when I touch my hair, it doesn't feel sticky. It just feels soft. It feels healthy. Glycerin has a capability of pulling moisture out of the air, and if that's inside your hair and on your hair, it's pulling moisture into your hair. I'm telling y'all, this is the ish. Once the oil is applied to my scalp, I spray my hair with the rose water / glycerin mix. I go ahead and apply a shower cap, and then I set my timer for like 30 to 45 minutes. I let it set, and then I go ahead and take it off, and then I just let my hair air dry for the rest of the day. And that works out really well. I can only air dry if I wash my hair early in the day. If it happens to be 7 p.m. or later in the evening and I just get like this itch to wash my hair, I will use a blow dryer. I just do it on a cooler setting because I've learned in the past that if I go to sleep with even the slightest bit of damp locks, my locks will flatten out like no other business. You can also risk getting mold and mildew in your hair. I luckily didn't experience that, but I did experience my locks becoming flat. Not all of them, but there were quite a few like in the middle of my head that were flat because I had fallen asleep and they were still damp. That is a problem that I run into when my hair gets longer and my locks are more mature. So the biggest thing is making sure that they are completely dry before I put a scarf on my head or before I lay my head down, so that I'm not experiencing flat locks or, worst case scenario, getting mold or mildew in my hair.